Hello, Michelle. Welcome to another episode. I guess we'll call it episode of Guru Challenge.
Hello. All right.
Yeah.
I've got something good for you today.
Okay.
Let me share my screen here. So I have this project sheet where when a property goes into purchase and sale, we put the purchase and sale effective date in this column with the project name. And then I have this column filling out all of the PSA dates. So it's just a quick, if it's if the parent is 0, then it puts in the PSA date. If otherwise, it puts in what's in the parent row. Nice and easy. That way it gets down through the children rows. Then I enter either the number of days to the next deposit or the date, whatever was agreed upon. And I have this calculating based on if this is not blank, put in that number. If it is blank, it's the PSA date plus the number of non-refundable days to give me the next date, right? Nice and easy formula there. So then my next step was I wanted whatever the next upcoming date in the future is. And it took me a little while to get to this, but luckily I had a little bit of help. So the formula is if it's a parent row, to find the minimum of these different and statements, basically. So we're collecting, first, we're making sure it's a child of the non-refundable date. And then we're making sure that that date is greater than today. And it's the minimum date of that. So it's the next closest date to today in the future. And it's only putting that information in the parent row. If it's a child, it's not doing anything. So that was my next step.
And that'll work as long as all your dates are in the proper order.
Correct.
Which they are. So that's good.
Yes.
Another thing I want to comment about that. Good job on that formula, figuring out yourself. That's very good. One thing is you have to remember you're using the today function on here, right? So I don't know if you're displaying this data, say on a dashboard or calculating metrics, but that today function is not going to update unless you have activity in the sheet.
So I learned a little trick from you, actually,
Okay.
is I have an extra column that puts in, I put the days into, and then I have an automation running every morning that looks at that column and says, if that date is in the past, record today's date. So it automatically refreshes itself and updates every single day.
Okay. Good.
So
well, you're ahead of me here.
hey, it's why I'm in the Smartsheet Guru Elite.
That's right. And I see you got the SS features installed there, which you could, of course, show the hidden columns very easily if you wanted to show your today column.
Absolutely. If I want to hide and unhide columns, they're all here. I just click which ones I want to unhide. So
Yep. Perfect.
Very simple and easy. I love SS features. I'm so glad I got that with the Smartsheet Guru Elite. And hey, real quick while we're here, where can other people find that awesome program?
Smartsheetelite.com.
Nice. Yep. All right. So now what I need help with. I need to take whatever non-refundable deposit corresponds with this date and put it into the parent of this column.
Okay. Yep, pretty easy. Do you want me to walk you through the formula, or you want me to type it for you, take control? How do you want to do it?
How about you walk me through it?
Okay. Let's see. So the good thing is you have something you need already, which is that next non-refundable deposit date.
Yes.
We're going to use that as a key in this use case. Using a date like that for lookup is not always the best. You could have a lot of duplicate dates. But in this use case, I see that all your dates are unique for every project. So you're not going to you're not going to repeat a deposit date on a project. So that's very good. We can use
That's
that to our
correct.
advantage.
Awesome.
Yep. So let's start with so let's just talk what we're going to do. We're going to find the child row where the date in that non-refundable deposit date equals the date on
Yes.
that parent row. So
Correct.
you're going to start like you did with your other formula using an if statement and say if p equals 0, uh, p equals 0. Then what do we want to do? We want to let's see, we're going to use a collect. We're going to do collect. Well, actually, first we're going to end up wrapping in an index. So let's wrap in an index.
All
The
right.
index, and then our range is going to be collect, and you're going to collect the children of the non. Let's see. Oh, the children, yes, of the deposit amount because you want to return the deposit amount. Yep. So you got the children of the deposit amount. Then you do your comma. So your criterion range is going to be the non-refundable deposit calc date. So you're going to be children of that.
Right. It's wrapped in children of that.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
then
And
my
then the criterion is just going to be, yep, that date right there. So we're going to close off that collect, and then we're going to do a comma 1 because we want to get the first
you're right,
index of the
comma
result.
1.
Yep. And then close off that index, and then close off the if. And we hit enter. What do we get? Cross our fingers. We got the
Amazing.
correct amount. Yep.
And there it is for all of them.
Yep.
11, 20, 11, 20, 20 grand. Oh my gosh. That was so
Yep. Yep.
easy.
Yeah. Easy. Yep. You got something
So
more
it's the
challenging here?
same idea of the other formula, but this
Mm-hmm.
time we're indexing rather than just plain old minimum.
Correct. Correct. Because if you think about it, in both cases, you're using the collect. The collect is going to return a range. Even if it's just one value, Smartsheet still looks at it as a range or a list of values. You could think about it that way too. And so the minimum is going to take one value from that range of values, and the index, comma 1 is going to take one value, which is the first value.
First one it
Now,
finds.
what happens if there's not a match? We shouldn't, hopefully, not encounter that here, but you could either let it say no match, or it would be very better to have a graceful error, which you'd wrap that in an if
Error.
error. Yep.
You're right, because what happens if there's no more dates in the future because this
Mm-hmm.
project is
Yep.
over? I don't want it
Perfect.
to say
Yep.
no match. I'd rather have it just say 0.
Um, yep. 0 if that's appropriate, if that works for you. And in fact, that's probably better because it's a number column. So, and it looks like you inadvertently put a comma there at the beginning of that row.
I sure did. You're right.
Yep. Yep.
There we go.
And notice because it changed color. So
Yes. All right.
it's always easier
Now,
when someone else is watching you.
if there's no
Now,
more dates in the future, this would be blank. So this will be
mhm,
blank.
yep. Yep.
Perfect.
As yeah, and it's possible that if you're doing any calculations on this, putting the double quotes could possibly be a problem. And it's probably better to do 0 because that will ensure that it's a number. And if you do any sort of sums or anything else, it won't interfere.
Yeah. So, like, say, for instance, there's no more dates in the future. Like, say this
Mm-hmm.
one is back here. Well, let's go for today. So, back into September for these dates. So now there's no date there. So now it just puts 0
Yep.
there.
Yep. I think that works for you.
That works perfectly. You got time for a bonus question?
Sure.
All right. In my
Bonus challenge round.
total non-refundable spent column,
Mm-hmm.
this is something I always have trouble with. So
Okay.
I want to be constantly summing in this row, but I only want it to look at the values above it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
and for bonus points here, I want to explain the coloring on my sheet.
okay.
So gray are formula columns that are going to get hidden.
Okay.
Blue is for you to do. You got
Yep.
to fill those out.
If it's blue, it's for you. I learned that from you.
Yep, blue is for you to do. And then green are columns I want to keep visible, but they're formulas.
Yep.
And I turned them green, especially when it deals with money.
Hmm.
So if it's not money columns, sometimes I'll turn them purple. But since this one's dealing with money, money
Yep.
is green, my columns are green. So
Yep.
it's just a visual way for me to know which columns are doing what. Because
Good
otherwise it's
deal.
a sea of white. And that, you know.
Yeah. Which is what my sheets look like. Okay.
So, okay, so this one, the first
Yep.
row, I need it to return $10,000. The
Hmm.
second row, I need it to be 10,000 plus 40,000. And
Hmm.
then the third row, I need to be 10,000 plus 40,000 plus 150,000.
Yeah.
So it's always
Okay.
adding the row above it over
Hmm.
here to this
Yeah.
value. So what would you
Okay.
do to do that?
Um, I was thinking about a couple different ways, and
Okay.
um, you put me on the spot here, so I have to. We're gonna experiment and learn together. How about that? Yes. Um,
My favorite way to learn.
yes. So one way, um, I'm unsure if this will work or not. Um, is it okay if I try it out real quick because it'll be
Absolutely.
easier than me trying to explain it.
Go for it.
Great. Okay. So the first thing I'm thinking of is, well, when we're on this row, we can look at these dates and say, sum up the numbers here where the date in this column is greater than or equal to the date on the row.
Okay.
Um, Now, do you have in your hidden columns here, do you have a column that takes the project here and projects it down to all the children?
Do actually.
Okay.
Let me grab that column really quick. Uh,
And by the way, this thought just occurred to me. It wasn't my initial uh, way of attempting to do this,
you know what?
but
I
as I'm talking it
actually
out,
forgot to add that column to this
okay.
sheet. Let me do that really quick. So equals if key at row equals 0, then I just want that. If key at row is greater than 0, then I want the parent of that.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
and that's a
convert
great way to
that.
use the hierarchy. That's a
Yes.
very effective when you use those hierarchy references. Okay. So
Why I
now
always
that we
glue my
have
sheet.
that, yeah, now that we have it, that it makes it very easy.
Perfect.
Um, so all we're gonna have to do here is say, first we're gonna do well, let's see. If you have it in the parent row, you're gonna want to have a sum of this. Is that the sum of the
Yes.
children? Okay,
No, not the sum of the children. The sum of the children of the non-refundable deposit column,
spent.
not the spent
Yeah.
column.
Okay.
Because the spent
I meant,
column is going up incrementally.
yeah.
I want the
Well,
total of the non-refundable deposit column.
in this one, okay. Just do sum of
The children of,
yep,
oops,
children. Yeah, I'll let you
you forgot
I'll
I
let you do
see.
that. Yeah, I'll let you fix it. I can just talk you through it at this point.
Some of the children
Yep.
of that.
Yep.
And then if he
And
at row
you don't really need another
equals 1. Oh,
if you
okay.
don't, because
Nope.
it'll just switch over to that. Okay. So
Perfect.
now let you go ahead, type. I'll just tell it to you. Do a sum ifs with the IFS, yes. And we want to sum the non-refundable deposits. Yep. And you want to do
Okay.
it from the whole range. And then for our criterion range is going to be, first, let's do the project. So it'll be project colon project,
Yep. I
not
was just,
project name, but the actual
oh,
project.
you're right. Project colon project.
Yep.
And then it'll
And then
be
comma project at row. Yep.
row.
And then our next criterion is going to be the non-refundable deposit calc date. So you're going to take that whole range.
And if it's a long one, I always just highlight 2 of the columns and
Oh yeah,
delete the numbers off the end because that's much
that's the
easier.
best way. Yep. And then your criteria is going to be the non-refundable deposit calc date at row, where it is, let's see, it's going to be less than or equal to um yes, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to have, take that less than or equal, we put in the wrong spot. What am I telling you? Go ahead before
Mhm.
that there. Yep. Yeah, just do less than or equal there. Yep. And then close off your parentheses, some ifs, some if. Yep. Looks good. Invalid operation. Why is it an invalid operation? Let's do the at cell on that guy right there. Sometimes dates are funny. Why is that not working? This is why I said dates are always funny in here. Let's think about this. So we
We
have
do want the
the
state range.
mm-hmm.
And if the cell is less than or equal to,
I think you have an extra. Let's see. Do you have an extra parentheses in there? You have the sum ifs. You have the
it puts the parentheses on for you if you just push
well.
enter at the end of this, if y- you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So I have the right number. So let's think what
Oh,
could
I know
be.
why. I know why.
Oh,
Your sum needs an extra parentheses up after the children statement. You have some
oh, you're
children.
right.
You need another one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I was looking at those
Aha.
parentheses in it. Yeah, delete one of those.
There we
And then yeah.
go. Now let's convert that to column.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep. Yep.
That is exactly what I need.
Perfect. Yep. So it's summing that up. Let's check it. So row two there is 10,000, 50,000, 20,000, 500,000. Yep.
500,000 in the parent. Look at that.
Yep.
And because there's that sum if statement, I could actually just only sum what's in the past too, if I wanted to,
Correct. Correct.
and then
Yep.
leave the rest of it blank if
Yep.
that date hadn't passed.
Yep. You could do that.
Mm. And then in the parent, I could actually take the max of the child
Yep.
and then have that show up on the parent.
Yep. You could do that too.
I love
A
it.
lot
I
of
love
a lot
it.
of flexibility here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see what's the best option there.
Definitely. Okay.
All
Is
right.
that all you got here on this sheet?
That's it. Well, hey,
Okay.
thanks so much for your help again. I
Definitely.
love being able to have a little this one-on-one time with you that we get.
Yep.
So I highly recommend to anybody who has not yet checked out Smartsheet Elite to do it today because
Yep.
I have gotten so much value out of it.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, and it's great that you're part of the group. Um, enjoy your input. The attendees to our sessions add a lot to it.
Sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. I learn something new every single time. I thought I
Yep.
was an expert, and then I joined your group and I realized advanced, but
Yep.
Got more to learn.
Yep. Yeah, we don't just do core Smartsheet either. We do integrations, we do Power Automate, we do AppSheet,
Yeah. I've learned
anything
so
and
much about
everything.
Bridge and Power
Hmm.
Automate and Google Apps scripts and anything that you can connect to Smartsheet, we talk about.
Yep, definitely.
So, well,
Yep.
thank you, Darren. It's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for playing the Guru Challenge game.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.